What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing out there? Now, I know this beef been long going, constantly overgoing. It's been dragging. You can blame both sides for it. But the truth is, it's not going anywhere. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as long as these two still exist, they're still around, and probably even after that, it's going to be talked about. I mean, it was the two biggest names in hip-hop in the past, probably, I don't know, couldn't tell you how long, maybe ever. So, this definitely was bigger than Biggie and Pac. I do think a lot of ways how it went, I do think it was a lot of BS that came with it and all that. But, we'll get to that. And that's where we at with the lawsuit and this and that. But we're here to touch on the bars. And my whole point of saying this is a lot of times with these songs, the question we ask is, how is it aging? You look at these songs years later down the line and you ask, how is it aging? Now, this song has only been out a year, only about a year. We'll give it a year, close to it, some months or so, it'll be a year. We're going to give it a year. That's how long this song has been out. But I think with the beef going on and events that happen afterwards, I think we can at least get an idea of how these bars are aging, how they're holding up so far. So that's pretty much what I'm here to do. Now, I'm not What's the Dirt. I'm not Diverse Mentality. I'm not any of these guys who do these, who's spot on with the bars. I'm just a regular guy with an opinion who decided to give it a stab because I've been seeing a lot of stuff that's been going on, a lot of bars with these songs, and I'm like, you know what? Let's touch on that. Let's go bar for bar and really unbiasedly, really break down each one, because there's some people that catch things that some don't. I'm not going to catch everything What's the Dirt did and these other guys. Shout outs to them. They do it. It's what they do. But I thought this one, and I'll pretty much be done with this, but it's one more. It's another song, too, that I felt like got heavily overlooked, or it's a lot of bars that I seen got misconstrued. I'm going to get to that one as well afterwards. But I really want to touch on a Not Like Us, because this was the biggest, most impactful, whatever you want to call it, diss record of all time. In my opinion, it wasn't the best diss track, but it's far, for sure, the best song and the most impactful. Now, we can argue what went on down the line with these robot emojis and all that, but regardless of what it's doing, this song has been everywhere. People is making their own mockery out of it, their parodies, their own versions. It did what it was supposed to do, bots or not. You know what I'm saying? It's been held on the big stage, the Super Bowl and all that. And that's also to my point about this whole beef is, say Kendrick does a Super Bowl, looking like Drake's gonna do the World Cup, and then what we have in 2027, we could be looking at Kendrick Lamar during the NBA Finals, and then so on. And just keep going. They keep being petty with these events. So this beef, all in all, is not going anywhere anytime soon. But without further ado, I want to start by breaking down the bars of this song. See dead people. Obviously, he's getting to the point basically saying Drake is a dead man. Basically saying this is the track to put him away. He hinted at that in Euphoria. Headshot of the year, you better walk around like Daft Punk, or whatever it was he said. Now this one, let's dig into the statement. I see dead people. That statement was said before. A lot of people didn't catch on. I mentioned it before in another video. And this is where we heard it before. In the Game's video, One Blood, you remember, he said, Dre, I see dead people.
Dre, I see dead people.
Then, at the pop-out, who did he have on stage saying that same part? Dr. Dre.
I see dead people.
So, that's the play-on-play with the bar there. That's the breakdown for that one as far as the Dre, I see dead people, hinting to Drake being a dead man. Then he had Dr. Dre. Now, it's some controversial that comes with that because, the whole song is about PDF file or whatever. But you have Dr. Dre, who has a case that many people don't take too lightly as far as that. So people looked at Kendrick Lamar as a hypocrite with that one. So that bar right there, well, that statement right there, whatever you want to call it, that kind of didn't age well. Moving on, then you have Mustard on the beat. DJ Mustard is Kendrick Lamar's DJ for the biggest hit record of the year last year, which is Not Like Us. DJ Mustard has done music with Drake before. YG. In fact, Drake and YG's hit song, Who Do You Love? Mustard was the producer for that one.
Was it on that beat? I'm the one with the plus.
Mustard also did songs with The Game.
Was it on that beat? Nope.
One of my favorite songs from The Game and DJ Mustard. Kendrick Lamar doubling down on it. Mustard on the beat, letting you know again. He said, Debo, any rap nigga, he's a free throw. If y'all know, Debo was in the movie Friday. We all done seen it before. Friday, the whole Friday. Friday to the next. Friday, what was the last one? Next Friday. That was the second one, my fault. Y'all know we done seen all that Friday series. Y'all know Debo connection. Debo was bullying people, taking people chains. Y'all know he said the same thing and like that, as well as Debo took red chain.
Got two T's with me. I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos.
Then here he is doubling down on him, bullying him. Double down on bullying him, saying he's easy. Said it's a free throw. Y'all know the NBA free throw, free point. You're by yourself. Nobody's there. Easy is supposed to be the easiest shot. You know, some guys shoot a low percentage, some guys shoot a high percentage, but easy. The good shooters always have a good percentage. Man down, see if he can breathe. Y'all know he's doubling down on him, saying he's dead. Check and see if he can breathe. Call the ambulance. Y'all know when the ambulance come, they're going to check on you. First thing they're going to do is see if you breathe so they can determine if you're dead or not. This goes back to him saying, I see dead people. He's steady harping on the fact that Drake is a dead man. So then he ends it off. Now, this line kind of went over my head at first. He said, nail an end to the cross. Walk around like Tizo. Tizo touchdown won Billboard Rookie of the Year. I believe he's from California as well. So that was a nice little shout out to Tizo that I didn't even catch. But if you look at the way Tizo dress, you know, he does the whole nail to the cross, the whole dress Jesus thing. So, you know, when you're dead, now we're going to nail you to the cross. We're going to nail you up high so everybody can see you. So that was a nice little play that I didn't catch at first, but I later caught on. Now, I'm probably about to reach on this heavy, pause. But apparently with the Tizo line, apparently he's, from what I see, reports or whatever, he's bisexual. You can kind of look at him and probably kind of tell he is. And transgender, I don't know about that, not to offend anybody. But apparently that's what's been said about him. I don't know how true it is. But maybe that's what the cross, the whole cross is a play on cross gender, cross paths, cross dresser, you know, it's the way he dressed and all that, because you know you're the opposite side. I don't know. Like I said, it could be a very big reach. I could be acting like the Kendrick fans who overly reach with the lyrics, but I don't know. Or I could be right. I don't know. Y'all let me know. It's all for you to decide what you think. And this right here, this was some good lyricism. Like, I can't deny. I know a lot of people probably think I dislike Kendrick. I don't. Like, I think Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn were absolute classics. Good Kid, Mad City was something I used to listen to all the time on my way to work. It's not in the car music. It's not for the whip though, and I just feel like it was a lot of one-sided bias that was going on with this beef that kind of made me, you know. But you know, moving on. Let's go to the next series of bars.
So what's
up with these jabroni ass ends trying to see Compton? Now the word jabroni, if you're a WWF fan or WWE, whatever you want to go by, back then it was WWF and then it turned to WWE. You knew The Rock, who was always calling people jabronis. That's how I knew about the statement. But I did a little research, and as I see, it's an Italian phrase. Ironically, The Rock is black and Italian mix. So now it starts to make sense. I thought The Rock came up with it, but I guess it's just something they say. Actually, no, The Rock is half Samoan. So, I don't know. But it's an Italian phrase, as you see right here. Now he said, trying to see Compton. This is Kendrick doing what he do best, and he did a good job at it. He played the role the entire beef that it was basically everybody was against him, when the truth is they were with him. 20v1. You know, everybody was against Drake, the industry. What's going on now with the lawsuit? UMG. So everybody was with him. But, you know, this was the role that Tupac played, and, you know, it's been hinted at in Taylor Made Freestyle and Family Matters.
juice? We get that you think that you Bishop and juice.
Kendrick Lamar wants to be Tupac, which, as we all know, that was his favorite rapper. So Drake put it out there, but we already knew this. You know, Tupac had that West Coast us against everybody, you know, so he basically saying F them all. And this could have been aimed at particular people who rock with Drake. Basically told him, as he said before, anybody who's rocking with him is F you too, as he said in Euphoria. So that's Kendrick. He does a good job at doing that, which he did the whole beef. He painted it as if, you know, he had the people on his side. So anything he said, majority was going to rock with, you know, and that's what he did. You can't get mad at him. I mean, part of it was Kendrick, the intelligence of Kendrick, and then the other part could have been people just, you know, ride with what they think is hot. Because let's face it, nobody was hating Kendrick. He was getting the most love during that. But then you moving on, you know, F them all and they mama, basically. You know, that's a famous saying people always say, you know, they want to hit you where it hurts. They go for your mom. Y'all know I go. Not literally, but in some cases, it can be literally. Then he said, how many ops do he got? It's too many options. Now, at first, this could be both. At first, I thought Kendrick was talking about himself because I thought it was on a play of F the industry, you know what I'm saying? F them all trying to go against Compton. I thought that was a play on himself, saying how many ops he got, I'll take them all on. But as I further thought about it and further looked on, he's either talking to Drake or he could be talking about both of them. Because we all know the 20v1, Drake had all these people going against him, the industry teaming up, labels, all that. And basically what he said in Euphoria, this is not me, this is what the culture is feeling. Basically, the culture is not rocking with you. We don't like nothing about you. The women you talk to, we'll get back to that. All of that, all the stuff he was going. So I'm kind of on the fence of that one. It's a matter of what you believe. Was he talking about himself? Was he talking about both? Or was he talking about Drake? Now, the term op is a coin phrase from my city, Chicago. Chief Keef made it famous, and the rest just ran with it. Lil Durk and all of them. Op, you know, opposition. Y'all know how that go. Opposition. You know how it goes. Basically, it's short for opposition, opposing. Basically, somebody you don't like, somebody you have beef with, somebody you against. And we know Drake had a lot of those, which Drake even said in his own song.
Vacation wherever we want, cause I don't care what none of my ops is.
We go wherever we want because I'm not worried about what my ops said or something like that. Y'all know the bar. So that was the play on that one. How many ops you really got? It's too many options. This is the one that had a lot of people talking. I'm gonna pass on his body like John Stockton. We all know John Stockton played for the Utah Jazz, was still the all-time assist leader. That record probably won't ever be broken. He was known for his assist, mainly in a pick and roll to who? Karl Malone. This is a pretty clever and funny bar, as we all know. It was pretty self-explanatory unless you wasn't a basketball fan. Karl Malone was known because he impregnated a young chick. You know, they got deadbeat allegations on him, all kind of stuff. But he impregnated a young teen when he was an adult. We all know that. So I'm finna pass on his body. I'm John Stockton. Basically, he's saying that Drake is Karl Malone. That's a pedo. He's a pedo. You're a pedo. He put them both together. There's even a picture floating around with Drake and Karl Malone that was being used when people was highlighting this bar, which I thought was pretty effed up and was pretty crazy. I'm just like, man, they trying to do the boy pretty dirty on that one. It's pretty much the bar on that one. Pass on his body like John Stockton. He passed the ball to Karl Malone. Yeah, that was just that was just crazy on that one. That was hella disrespectful.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
This is pretty self-explanatory as well. Beat your ass and hide the Bible like God watching. If God watching. Y'all know Kendrick is, you know, as he say, he tries to be a religious man for Christianity, praying about his family, man, and all that. He even hinted at it in 616 in LA when he was praying, you know, for what he was about to do to Drake.
My confession is yours, but who am I if I don't go to war?
So, y'all know What's the Dirt had touched on this as well. Shout outs to him. But y'all know that's pretty much what Kendrick is pretty much getting at that one. Y'all know the Bible, God, all that, you know, go hand in hand. So basically, he's going to hide the Bible so it doesn't go in there, so it isn't written about what he did going against his religion as a man who's supposed to be, you know,